Hello everybody. We have a color spotlight today, and I want to compare this color with another color that I have in the same piece. This is Belle Tress's Bona Vita, and this lovely shade is British Milktea. I wasn't sure I was going to get this one, but I found a pretty good deal on it, and I thought, you know what, I'll regret it if I don't at least try it, because this is quite the mystery color, let me tell you. I watched so many reviews on this color, wigs in this color, trying to get a handle on what it really looked like, and I just could not really get that good a handle on it. I just figured this is one of those shades you're going to have to see it in person to really understand it. This particular shade, they say, I don't know how it's going to look in the camera. The camera tends to pick up red tones, and I've heard many people say this looks like it has a violet toner on it. I don't know about violet toners. I mean, hair stuff is, you know, human hair stuff is not my thing. But let me just tell you, this color is it's a big mix of 8 different tones of browns and blondes. It's medium to light browns and blondes. There's even some, I think, platinum blonde in here. It is on a medium brown root. The root is fairly, it's there. It's not, it's a well done root. It's not super subtle, but it's a very well done root. It's not stark, and it blends into this color really nicely. You can see that you can see it underneath. See how this comes in everywhere? As you know, Bona Vita is a left monofilament part and a temple to temple lace front, and it's done beautifully. Look at that. Look at all the lighter tones being brought up to the lace front. Belle Tress has really been knocking it out of the park in the last year, a couple years. Let me turn around now. I've got my walker, so you're going to hear it clatter when I can turn around, but I don't like to do that without support, because, you know, one little jolt of pain in your knee and, you know, you might lose your balance. So I don't want to do that. So let me turn around and show you this color. It's quite unusual. Isn't this interesting? Now, this shade is considered a cool shade. When I first pulled it out of the box, the way it was packaged, it wasn't packaged inside out. It was packaged, you know, where the root was the first thing I saw. And I thought, you know, that root looks really similar to the rooting on my Shaded Cappuccino and Raquel Welch that I used to love so much. And the reason I think it hit me like that is because I had just pulled out my Crowd Pleaser in that color that my lovely friend Rachel from the Indecisive Wig Wearer had renovated for me to look at it again. And the rooting is very similar. It's not, I will say I expected the root to be ashier than it is. It's not really, it's not on this particular one, this one. It is not overly ashy. It's not really warm or anything. I think it's just neutral. And I don't know how it's going to read under this overhang. But let me show you something I brought out here. I brought out Roca Margarita Blonde, because, as I said, that is the most subtle root I think I have ever seen on a light ash blonde. And I really love the root on Roca Margarita, and I will try to see if I can actually get me and her together so you can see. Now here's Roca Margarita Blonde on Bona Vita. There's the root on her. See how light and ashy this is? Let me see if I can bend my head down and get us close enough that you can see. Let me me tell you what I thought when I saw this. When I was wearing it, and I was combing my hair. I'm trying to train it away from the face. This particular style does tend to be very silky at the beginning, and it falls forward. If you try, you just have to train it and train. I haven't steamed it, haven't needed to do that yet because I've been using these little clips. You know, I'm pulling it back. But the first thing I thought of when I saw this color was that it's really not that different in a way. I mean, you'll think I'm crazy when I say it's from Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. The Brown Sugar Sweet Cream root is similar to this one. Do you remember when Root Beer Float Blonde came out and people were comparing that to Butterbeer Blonde? They were saying, well, what is the difference? They look so similar. And they are similar. They're, in fact, if you at first glance, they're the same. They're the same color. But when you really put them together, I think that Root Beer Float Blonde is actually ashier blonde, whereas Butterbeer Blonde has ash, but it's more of a neutral blonde. It has a little bit more warmth in it than Root Beer Float Blonde, and I think that's the difference between this and Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, in a way that this has a lot more cool to it than the Brown Sugar Sweet Cream, which does have some warmth in it. It's more warm. It has some ash in it, but it has more warmth than this does. So, you know, which do you think is a cooler color? This Roca Margarita or British Milk Tea? Which one do you think? Do you see that they're both fairly light? The body of the wig is they're both fairly light. This is just such an unusual color. Let me get really close here. And let me just do this. Let me just pull this, let me pull this down, even though I'm trying to train it back. Let me pull this down so you can really see what I'm talking about here. Look at the dimension in this color. Remember, 8 tones of blondes and browns, light browns, very light browns. And there was something, I looked at the Belle Tress website and it said 8 different browns and blondes from root to tip for more subtle all over hues. Which is interesting, from root to tip. So does that mean that they graduated color from here down? That was an interesting comment. What do you think? This is really, really pretty. And I don't know. I'm thinking about this root. Don't know. You know, it's a little bit more of a root than I've been wearing lately, because you know I've been wearing the John Rum Martini a lot. But look at the dimension in this color. It's really, really pretty. It's really pretty. It's not super dark root. They say it's a medium brown, but the way it's done, it's just really pretty. So, you know, I really would like a Kona. You know, I love Kona, but I would really like another Kona in one of these colors. So, look at the root. I mean, that is the lightest ash root I think I've ever seen on this Roca Margarita. And I really kind of prefer this, the root on this. Oh my goodness, if they could put this root on this color. But they're both beautiful colors. So there's the comparison right there. In fact, let me turn around. If I can do it, I don't know if I can do it. Let me turn around and show you the back of, this is tricky. See if I can do this, okay? Look at that. I don't know if you can even see. I guess I'll know in editing if it was on the camera, on this camera screen. But wow, you know, Belle Tress they do a really super job on this rooting and on the lace fronts. I mean, look at this. I got this pretty tight. Look at this. Seam right there. You can't, I mean, look how they did the seams. This is still just temple to temple lace front, and look at the seams on this. Absolutely wonderful. Belle Tress has just become, I think, my favorite brand lately. I know they're heat friendly, and I haven't had one long enough to really wear it out or get a lot of frizzies on it, but wow, they're really churning out some beautiful product in the last couple years, and beautiful colors. So I mean, when I can find something that's considered rooted that I can wear, they're doing a good job. So I hope this helps, this little color comparison. I don't know how this is going to read. When I get into the editing, I'll find out if this showed up as lavender toned or not. In the camera, it's kind of looking like that. And I'm sorry about the green house back here. I don't have I don't have the ability to change backgrounds and everything right now, because it's all I can do to stand up and get out here and do it. And it's kind of cold, so I hope this shirt didn't mess up the back, seeing the back right. But anyway, I pulled it out thinking, oh gosh, it's gonna be too big, and it is kind of big, but it's kind of pretty. Anyway, I thought it was pretty. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.